Hello, Fullness. I'm Michael Robinson. I see a lot of you and your children downstairs sometimes in children's church where I have been blessed to serve. It'll be 21 years this summer. The Lord told me that the church where I hear the song, He will come and save you, is the church for my children and me to attend. I visited a couple of churches that summer, but the Sunday I attended Fullness was the day they sang that song. And it wasn't one I came to find out later that they sang often. So it just had to be the Lord. I always see myself then as on the floor in the back of the sanctuary of Fullness, figuratively, not literally, bandaged up from the fight and weary, but in a place of healing, of refuge, and respite. I thank God for leading and for giving me the heart to follow and for the love of God and the spirit of worship here. I continue to listen to Him to discover what the next steps are that He has for my life and for my families. The other day, the Lord illuminated 1 John 4th chapter 20th through 21st verses to me, and I posted it on Instagram. It says, "Whoever claims to love God yet hate a brother or sister is a liar. For whoever does not love their brother and sister whom they have seen cannot love God whom they have not seen. And He has given us this command: anyone who loves God must also love their brother and sister." During this time of shaking in our world as we witness the spread of the COVID-19 pandemic and as we watch the cries of humanity for justice and equality, while I've been filled with hope as I see people all over the world come together as one, and I pray that God will be in the details, it occurred to me in my teacher mind to wonder what would happen if everything that confronts us is approached through the lens of God's love. And then the other night, my daughter invited me to sit in on her virtual home group meeting. And as I listened to them talk about reflecting the glory of God, it became even more apparent to me that the love of God in us should be reflected. A mirror, they said, reflects whatever it beholds. Like a mirror, when we are beholding the Lord, we reflect the Lord. To reflect something specific, the mirror must be turned in the right direction. And like a mirror, our heart needs to be turned to the Lord. A mirror has to be turned in the direction of my face to behold and reflect me. So, what is it that I'm reflecting? Religion? Is it tradition? Or am I reflecting the glory of God? I have always felt that here at Fullness, we are not veiled by religion or traditions, but we have the opportunity to freely worship and experience the Lord in spirit and in truth. But as we go into the world, on our jobs and our contacts with others in various places, am I, continuing to be unveiled and reflecting that same love? It would be easy to be saved and done, but our process of being more like Him is a daily one. It's like when my children were in children's church, and every time Sharon, who was children's pastor at that time, gave the children the invitation to come to Christ to be saved, my daughter Courtland would always go to the front. I would remind Sharon that my daughter had already been saved, but Sharon would just say she can go as many times as she wants. So Cortland has been saved numerous times. But I'm not saying that we need to be saved several times like Cortland. However, we should be reminded daily to keep our hearts turned to the Lord so that we can reflect Him and His love. And Fullness, I pray for all of us, myself included, for our minds and thoughts to remain open and our hearts to be right with a pure and proper spirit. I pray that day and night we open ourselves to the Lord so that Christ is impressed into us again and again and again daily. That our thoughts are constantly regulated by Him, that we are broken in our outer selves. I pray that in our brokenness and in the spirit of love that we choose daily the way that leads to life, following God's truth and His examples of love, even though it may not always be the popular choice among our peers and our influences. I ask that we live life in the Spirit as captives of God, reflecting His love in every thought, deed, and action, and that His Spirit will reign in our lives. Have a blessed day in the Lord today, Fullness. Bye.